All right, we have one more
Thanks,
presenter.
man.
You're welcome, Pradeep. Leandro, you are up next. Let face.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, so let's go. My name is Leandro Teles. I'm a co-founder and CTO of LedFace.com, a Brazilian company using crowdsourcing and collective intelligence to build a global brain. Okay, so let's see what it's talking about. LedFace is a collective brain powered by crowdsourcing technology that gives you access to the human collective intelligence. What you were talking about? We're talking about a new kind of intelligence emerging from a propitious environment where people can share human cultural knowledge. That knowledge that we get by experience, not the knowledge that we get from the school or anything, but the knowledge that we get from experience. Uh, we believe that we all have doubts and questions in our day-to-day tasks, and if we try to search the web, we have to be prepared to waste our time visiting sites, digging blogs, and social networks.
Mm-hmm.
We don't find a straight channel for cultural knowledge. There's no place where you can go to get some answers for concerning cultural knowledge. Even a question and answer website is not able to give you a simple answer that really matters because all of those sites don't take into account who you are and what you like. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Every time you ask a question on LeadFace, based on your profile and interaction, LeadFace searches the best group of people and put them all together to work in real time. So LeadFace knows it so well that it picked the right group around the world to create together a custom answer so users don't get a list of replies, but one unique answer co-created just for who is asking. Okay? So this is the product. This is what LeadFace aims to do. What is our value propositions? Let's see. Here we have two advantages compared to other question and answer websites. The first one is instead of user selecting what questions he is going to answer, LeadFace selects the best group of people to answer. So it's the opposite. This ensures the quality of the answer. Okay? You don't go there and say, okay, I know something about this, I'll try to answer something. No. LeadFace knows if you know something about the issue, about that subject. So LeadFace will pick you to answer that question. This is the first advantage. The second one is every user is anonymous to other users. There is no names, no pictures, no evidence, just knowledge. This is the main advantage we have compared to the other websites. Why? Because of the anonymous thing, we believe that people will put more about them than they usually do on any other anonymous social network, like Facebook, for example. They don't have a reason to hide anything about themselves. So this allows LeadFace to keep collecting relevant information about them and make LeadFace be able to match the right group of people to answer the question. Okay? So when we talk about business, about money and revenue, what are you talking about? We're talking about, we have three business models here. And one of them is collective intelligence in company. We believe that LeadFace can help companies have day-to-day problems solved faster and better because it avoids that someone does a mistake or even doesn't do something just because he or she lacks of some specific knowledge. Nobody has to be afraid of ask something and get pointed like you don't know this, you shouldn't be here, you shouldn't be working on this company because you don't know this. So it avoids that. Leadface is the platform where every single employee can ask for any kind of help and can get helped by other employees who face it and probably solved that problem before. So
let's actually talk. Leandro, let's talk about where you're going. Who's the customer and what is the value proposition? I've got the question answer piece, the knowledge base piece we understand, but who are you doing this for?
Okay, so when you put Leadface in company, we have the customer is the company. Okay, company has to buy the solution or license or something. We have to figure out how we're going to make how do we sell this product. But anyway, if we go to a medium to big size companies, they have to buy the Leadface, and Leadface will be the platform where the people will work on to have their problems solved. Okay, so they are our first customers. That's right.
Well, I'm listening. I don't agree with everything you say. So I'm just trying to understand what assumptions you are working with, and then I will give you feedback once I get a reasonable understanding of what you're talking about. So if you're talking about a portal that is happening inside of a company, then there is no question of contextual advertising, because if the business is buying the solution, there is no need for advertising. There's no question about advertising. It is going to be a platform where people ask and answer questions, and there is this whole knowledge management, crowdsourced knowledge management space, enterprise 3.0. This is going through a lot of activity right now. You're going to face a lot of competition.
Yeah,
so perfect. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, this is the first business model. It's separated. We have two business models for two different markets targets. So we are talking about the first one, the medium to big size companies. But yeah, we still have the contextual advertising. It's separated.
Okay, so as far as I can understand that your perspective is from I know you're the CTO of the company and your perspective is of the technologies, but this is, please understand that from a business point of view, what you have put together here is very weak. It is, and you talked about financing. This project is not ready for financing by any means.
Why not? What do you mean? Why it's weak?
Because you don't have the pieces so you can't say that you're going to do a B2B product and then you're going to have contextual advertising. These things don't make any logical sense.
Okay, it's
see,
okay,
a business.
If we focus,
let me
forget about it.
Just a second. Let me explain to you what happens in a financing round. When you're trying to raise money, you're going to have to present a value proposition. You're going to have to solve a problem based on a value proposition and powered by some sort of technology, and a customer will need to pay for that. So what you've presented to me is a very convoluted value proposition. If you're talking about solving the knowledge management problem inside of an organization, whether there are various different companies that are doing that, the specific terminology that you will hear, crowdsourced expertise location, crowdsourced knowledge management, all these things, this is happening a lot. There's a lot of competitive dynamics going on in that particular market, and you have to understand and analyze that competitive analysis and position your company in a very specific way so that you have something differentiated and something compelling in the B2B market space, and you can go to customers and sell this product. That's one option. The other option is you do a B2C product like Quora that is supported by contextual advertising, that is not B2B, that is B2C. And that is or B2, maybe small business or something. That is a different value proposition. That is a completely different business. And as far as I'm concerned, you cannot be, and as far as investors are concerned, you cannot be in two businesses. You have to be in one business. because as a small company, you have very limited resource. Each of these businesses are complex, fully involved businesses where you have to put all your resources into building one or the other. So my first question to you is, which one is it? Is it one or the other? Is it a B2B business going after large enterprises and handling the knowledge management, crowdsourced knowledge management problem? Or is it a B2C business or B2 small business thing that is an advertising supported portal where people like Quora, where people are coming to ask questions? Is it a white label, private gated community for a business which business pays for? Or is it a portal, a public portal where anybody can ask questions? That's the first question that you don't have answer to yet.
Okay, so first, thank you very much for this advice. That's the kind of advice we were looking for. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, but we know we have to focus on one business. We have to test our market and prove that our business model is going to work. But we still believe that we can go to any of these. We're not sure yet which one is better and faster. This is one of the questions that we had to you. It's on I guess, the last slide. But yeah, we have to choose, and we don't know how to choose that. But let's suppose we pick one of them. If we go to the company's market, we know that it's a completely different business from the advertising stuff. We know that. But we, as a product, as a technology, let's face it, fits almost the same. We know that the business is different, but the product, the technology used behind that is almost the same. So
that doesn't matter.
That's why
Leandro, it doesn't matter whether the technology is same or not. The business is entirely different, and people do not invest in companies based on technology. They build technology only. Technology is one of the components, but really the component that people base their investment decisions on is the markets. And the markets that you're going after are two completely different markets, and the problems you're solving are completely different problems. So I think you have to make that decision, one or the other. And I frankly, I can help. I know the process of how you get to the decision of one or the other, but there's a lot more analysis that you have to do. I can guide you. I can mentor you on how to do that analysis. I can teach you how to create the framework for that analysis and make those decisions. But that decision has to be made before you talk to any investors.
Okay, perfect. That probably is the next step we have to take. We have already done something. Actually, we are doing something to validate. We are not stopping on that. Okay. But yeah, we don't have the numbers yet, so we don't know.
Not just numbers. There's a framework for making these kinds of decisions, and these are the exact kinds of things that we teach in 1 million by 1 million, is so that you can make those decisions. It's not just numbers. You need the competitive landscape. You need to analyze exactly what, if you were to go for this, the enterprise strategy, you need to identify exactly who else is in that market, what is their positioning, what does the competitive landscape look like, what is the adoption. There's a substantial amount of homework that you need to do to make even the decisions on each of these markets. So yes, you have a certain technology and a certain core competency on the technical side. Now you need to put together all the business framework around it, do the analysis, and we will help you do that. And then you need to make that decision of which business you're going to build based on that data. And then you need to do further work to validate that particular market, whichever business, whichever market you decide to go after. And then comes the question of investment.
Okay, one more question. Do you think that we have to choose one business model and we have to focus on that and follow, try to achieve the success on that market? Do you believe that we can after that, after we are profitable on that, after we get revenue from that, do you believe that we can move and try to target another market or using the same structure, the same company, or you think that we have to build a completely different business if we are success in one market and want to go to another one?
So the question is, how big is the opportunity in one or the other? In general, the business to business markets, if you go that route, and let's say this becomes an enterprise product, right? You are going to do crowdsourced knowledge management inside of enterprises. That is a very large market in itself. That you can build, probably $500 million company just based on that market. And if you go that route, then I would suggest you stick to that business and build your entire team, because the teams are different. The team that is going to help you execute on an enterprise strategy and the team that is going to be a consumer strategy are very different teams. So typically people do not do, you can, over time, it's all a matter of time. You become a $500 million company or become a $200 million company and you decide that you want to open up a SME/consumer portal, you can do it. That is not a problem. You can do it from the same company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So, but before that, we have to be someone in some market, in any market.
Yeah, you have to build. You have to build one business really well, and validate it and make it successful before you go to the other business.
Okay. One more question, if you allow me to ask. What about selling this information to companies? We have questions and answers. We have something that has real value. What about selling this content to consumer content companies like Google or Yahoo.com? Do you think it's a big business?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No.
Okay. What about partnership? What about partnership? We become partner of any other company that uses content. Like, for example, we could become partner of some question and answer website like Quora, Vark, and any of them. Do you think that a partnership is good to us to get started? Then we can can follow our road alone.
I'm not sure what value proposition you would offer to Quora. I'd like to understand, what can you do that Quora cannot do, given the kind of momentum they have. So if you want to do a partnership with Quora or sell technology to Quora, I would need to understand, to be able to advise you on that, I would need to understand what is it that you can do that Quora cannot do.
We have this answer. But anyway, I'm not talking about Quora specifically, but yeah, we do have something different. But well, I'm talking about, for example, with become partnership of some company that has a platform to that allows a company employees to collaborate when they are develop some projects. We can be part of that and allow the companies to make question and answer and get the answers faster.
I think the question you're asking is, can you do some quote unquote services projects for other companies that may need your technology and start off that way? That is a viable strategy. Yes, that is a viable strategy.
Okay, so that's what.
That is one way to bootstrap this business. Yes, that is a viable strategy.
Yeah, that's why we are figuring out if it's going to work.
That is a viable strategy.
Okay, and so what else can you tell us? Because we know. Let me tell you, we know that we are starting to take the steps that we have to take to validate to choose the business model and validate our assumptions. We knew that before we joined this public meeting. That's why we were kind of, okay, let's say we feel we can do something.
It's no problem.
Anyway,
this is a very safe environment. The whole point of this meeting is for, is to help you answer your questions and make progress. So if you allow me why don't you hold the rest of your questions for a minute? Let me take 5-10 minutes to explain to you how we work with companies like you, for the benefit of all of you who are in the room today, those of you who presented, as well as those of you who are trying to understand how we help our entrepreneurs. Let me explain to you how 1 million by 1 million works, and then you can decide how you want to use the service.
Okay, perfect. I'm ready.